Okay, ladies and gentlemen, hello, I'm Gandair. Welcome back to the Dominate Gaming, Dominate Dominion Tournament number 86. And that game was insane. Holy crap, that's why I like Dominion. If anyone ever needs an example of why I like this game mode, that's why. Oh, I know, I'll just be behind the entire game, and then my team can bring it back still. That's why I like it. The time management. All the objectives are always persistent. It's not like, well, we've lost that tower. It's a question of, how can we get that tower back? Love it. Love those rotating control points. Everything about it is freaking awesome. We're in the lobby to set up the next game, which is going to be Tration versus Dango Ninjas. Dango Ninjas who put up a convincing win against amputees in the very first round of this tournament. Going up against Tration, who has some long-time awesome competitive players. What about my mic? My mic still sounds hella weird according to RheingoldRiver.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like it just sounds weird. It sounds laggy.
But to you, not to the viewers? I don't know. Viewers, let me know if I
That would
sound
make sense. It would make sense
weird.
if you sounded weird only to me, but
Oh.
it would not make sense if you sounded weird to me, but I didn't sound weird to you.
You don't sound weird to me. You sound
Right.
perfect.
That's why it was weird.
Maybe I'm like sitting on my mic cord or something like that.
Also, it went away almost as soon as the last game ended.
As soon as the last game ended?
Right, okay, so during last game, I just stopped being able to hear you at all, and then when the game was over, I could hear you again.
That's weird. I don't know what to do about that.
So I feel like you might have a setting set in Skype where if you're hearing something too loud, it makes your mic lower to me or something
Let me
like
check.
that.
I'm pretty sure I turned that off when I reconfigured Skype. Let's see. Nope, the auto adjust is off on all of it. Don't know.
Okay.
Are you writing down the chat bands? Because I was
Yeah, I
playing
did.
with Skype.
It's
Okay.
Lulu, Mundo, Tarek, and Cassidon.
Mundo. That's a champion that we don't see banned very often. What could that be banned for? Also,
Mundo
Covert,
is
if you want to see some super
ban-
duper old Dominion, like NESL era Dominion, Covert Coder on YouTube, I believe that's Necrogen's YouTube channel, has first-person VODs of him playing tournament games way back then. So if you want to see some real old school, you can check that out. I'm really excited to show that Necrogen is in this game. Look at him over here, guys. Look at it. It's Necrogen. Alright, let me fix the
Mundo
titles.
is a ban because I want to say it was Movement who was playing it, but someone on the old iteration of Zanz's team was playing a ton of Movement, and it was playing a ton of Mundo, and it was really good.
Let's write in the extra Banes here. Lulu. Mundo.
Alright, so I just asked Sans, he said MMKH was playing Mundo,
That sounds right. Yeah.
and it was really, really, really good. Really, really, really good. So this team has some players in common with that team. So that might be the reason for the Mundo ban.
Alright. Everything's set up on the screen correctly now. MMKH, Blitzcrank, Mundo, Tarek, Singed. He plays some cool champs like that.
Is the Wukong lock-in? Wukong was left open. Wukong is very frequently banned, and first pick this time.
Armor reduction, AoE airborne, great initiation, just Nimbus Strike into airborne. Really consistent. Especially, decoy Nimbus Strike into airborne.
And Gandair, there's something I'm a little bit confused about. Could you please explain to me why there was a Lulu ban?
Well, Lulu is a very good champion in the hands of Mad Supportal, also known as Mike. Brief history for any newer viewers out there. Mad Supportal used to play under the IDs the Mike, and he changed to Mad Supportal for whatever reason, and then Emperor High Peoples took Zemike's name on his Smurf, so now Emperor High Peoples' Smurf is named Zemike, and Mad Supportal, the actual Zemike, has had his name stuck as Mad Supportal since then. I'm sure someday bargaining will be made and he'll get it back. But he has a 100% win rate with Lulu, so in competition, it's usually kept away from him. He's the only player that has that high of a win rate. The next closest player in win rate only has 60-something% win rate. So he's way out in front with it. We're seeing Brand and J4 locked in as well, and that's a combo that we refer to as the toaster oven, because you make a little box with Cataclysm, and then you fill it with fire. If additionally you use Annie with it, it becomes a brick oven.
We need something else to, like, add to that. Tarek was trapping. That's not going to get locked in.
I know.
I don't know. I doubt that Jana is going to get locked in. Oh, it could be locked in for Supportal. Okay, I was like, I really hope that it's not a Jana, but it's Mad Supportal's Jana.
Yep.
So, it'll be good. His Jana is really, really good.
And it is going to be Janna and Talon being picked up there. Talk real quick about Kale and Maokai. Maokai is just a really solid tank and delay character, really useful to have on a team. And Kale's damage gets out of control late game because she's a ranged ADC that can hit everyone on your team, and she does more damage every time she hits someone because of the armor and MR shred. She's dangerous. And over on the other side, Janna Talon. Janna's a great support. Airborne, slows, other things like that. Really useful to have. Knockback. Janna's whole kit's good. And she's fast. And we're seeing Talon as well. Talon's a good assassin. He shows up and kills people with a knife. It's a pretty effective way to kill people. Mostly it's just his instantaneous engage, you know. If he wants to, he can stealth out with Shadow Assault, and then hit Cutthroat, and just effectively appear a stupid distance away from where he stealthed at originally. If he does it right on the edge of the Fog of War, man, it's brutal. And he shows up, silences, slows, bad things happen to you. However, he does tend to die very, very well. We're seeing Lee Sin. I don't know how to kill Lee Sin. If someone knows a champion that's actually good against Lee Sin, please let me know in the chat. I'm so sick of fighting that guy. He's like my least favorite thing to fight in the game. He always leaves the fight, or makes me leave the fight, or is just too durable for me to kill. I don't even... What?
Anyone with a good silence does well against Lee.
Okay. And we're seeing Morgana again. That's 2 Morganas in a tournament game being used by established teams and players. Something we don't see very commonly. Morgana is a good pusher. Her damage is okay. It's just she's really slow. It's hard for her to escape fights. Her damage output's nice. And against things with slows, she's very, very handy. Especially against Lulu in particular is one that she can really shut down. And
I'm Jana.
she's also pretty good against Janna as well.
Jana is like all about CC. It's pretty much the only thing she does. She also does a lot of damage if you build straight AP on her.
Not as much as she used to, because now she has to like really charge that tornado.
That's true.
But she's still pretty solid. I mean, I don't think anyone will ever say Janna's a bad character, because that's just not true at all.
Well, Jana was really, really bad for a while. In mid-season 3.
In here?
Oh. Sorry. No.
Dominion map. Yeah. She's always been solid over here. I mean, it's been sort of the circle of life in Summoner's Rift. Character good, character not good, character good again. Urgot, eh? Oh, well, thanks, Karaith. I'll try that out sometime.
So it looks like it'll be Sauron on Urgot. High People's playing Talon, Carnival Brand, Zounds, Jarvan, and Supportal Jana. No AD carry there. No AD carry on either team. I really like the protect the AD carry compositions. Like the composition that WowX's RP farm ran last game. Someone asked about the Lulu build at the end of the game, and so I looked at it, and it was like pure tank. And I was kind of surprised, because I thought that Lulu would be building a little bit more ability power. And I feel like if Lulu had had a little bit more damage, they might have been able to win the last fight fast enough.
Maybe, but the entire rest of the game would have gone very differently, because Lulu would have actually been blown up on those times that she'd gotten caught. The Randuin's Omen really helps her escape.
That's true. Who can know? The game is lost in the records of history forever.
No, it's not. I
Except how
recorded
it.
it.
Has an archive.
It's recorded. It's not going to be like DD73.
We don't talk about DD73.
I'm so sad.
Actually, we talk about DD73 all the time because it was the saddest thing ever.
It was the best tournament.
It was the single best DD tournament that I ever casted or will ever cast, because no DD tournament could possibly be better. And when you like have a thing that you remember as being really good, your memory of it gets even better and better. So it's literally impossible for any tournament to ever be that good. And the recording was lost.
If every tournament game was like the game before this, then that could maybe challenge it a little bit.
It could be like a really respectable second place, where it's not like, oh, first place is just so much better than second place. It's like, okay, there's a little bit of a reasonable progression here down from DD73.
It's okay. Evan, you PM'd those LRFs to me at one point, right? I'm pretty sure I have those in a folder.
I have to say, I really like the team name, Dango Ninjas.
They're ninjas. They fight with Dango, I guess. A few seconds left here.
They stole the desserts away.
Ninja'd?
Yeah.
Dango ninja'd?
Yeah, exactly. Or like they ninja the Dangos.
Is that Storm Eagle? What? 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 This emote's out of control. I love this. It's Storm Eagle. An emote. Who do I have to sub to get that? Is that like a Caleb sub? Whose sub is that? Okay, we'll worry about that later. Right now I have to do the game intro here. This game that we're going into next is going to be Tration versus Dango Ninjas. I'm just editing the title together right now.
Alright, so this is one of the semifinal games, the other one happening in parallel, and so the winner of this game going to make it onto the finals of DominateDominion number 86? 86?
Yes.
86.
86.
It is Tration versus Dango Ninjas. Tration over on the left-hand side, top part of the loading screen. It's going to be Ipu Unicorns on Wukong, Gali playing Kale, Warlord Blueberry on Maokai, MMKH playing Lee Sin, and Necrogen on Morgana. I'm RheingoldRiver, and I am joined by
Gandair of the gaming clan Vato clan, and on the other side of the map, we are going to have Sauron playing Urgot, Zounds playing as Jarvan the Fourth, Carnival playing as Brand, Mad Supportal playing as Janna, and Emperor High Peoples playing as Talon. Starting items, nothing out of the ordinary. It's Necrogen, guys! Look at him!
Here.
Necrogen's playing Morgana. I can't read the chat because it got stuck under my game screen. So if you say anything crazy about me, I won't be able to read it until afterward. Unless it scrolls off the screen.
Alright, so both teams just waiting around. Last week, one of the teams at the beginning just walked around in a perfect circle in their well, except one of them walked backwards, and it was amazing.
Yeah, there's so many things you can do at the beginning of the game that, like, I'm surprised that the tournament players don't mess around more with, like, choreographed dance and stuff like that.
Yeah, like you could give a concert.
It's true. You get the right champs for it. You hit the little
Sona and
things.
Kog'Maw with the 2 Christmas skins. I expect to see that. Someone has to play AP Cog bot lane.
We'll just have to get a game that Valandum's in. He plays a lot of Cog. Ooh, good airborne from Supportal there.
Yeah, they're just picking up the windmill super for free here. IP Unicorns finally comes in. Golly getting focused down. He's pretty low. The exhausts are onto Zounds as well as Unicorns have expired. It's Mad Supportal with the kill there. Pillar of Flame does hit Blueberry. And the windmill has not been taken all the way. Zounds wants to run away from Unicorns, but that's towards Blueberry. He just can't win. His Twisted Advance goes down. The EQ away. Nice streak there. Carnival with that knockdown of the decoy. Nice decoy there from Wukong. Very useful there. Q followed up by MKH. Supportal going to shield himself just a little bit. Carnival running away towards the upper part of the point. W comes down from Supportal. Unicorns goes down as Maokai there. Double kill actually for Maokai. What am I saying? Maokai didn't go down. It was Zounds who went down to Maokai. Supportal gets the knock up, trying to run down, trying to just stall for his team to revive really. They haven't killed him yet. I actually love that they haven't killed him because that means that he can't revive yet. And so he can't get back to the top with full HP and mana. He's just going to stay a little bit useless, except for not, because he's Janna, and Janna doesn't need to be anywhere near you to be super useful. Janna actually with the kill on Lee Sin, proving the point once and for all there. People's now in the middle of 2. Support off on the side, getting some auto attacks down. He has regened a little bit since before Golly gets W'd by Janna. Should be able to pick up the health there from the top.
Ooh, just barely able to tag that.
And Golly still alive. Sounds 1 versus 3 in the middle. No Janna there. There's the kill. Hit level 6. Another one of the longer windmill fights that we've seen. Carnival with the shield from Janna does not manage to land the stun onto MMKH. And Zounds has to wait for his entire revive, as does High Peoples. And that is going to be the windmill going over to Penetration.
Now, what we saw there is a strategy that's sometimes employed where you send a couple people up to contest the windmill, and then you send 2 other people to go and try and kill their whoever they had capturing the driller refinery. And High People's managed to survive through all that, get up to the top part of the map. He has a storm shield now. And he's not going to go for the gank down bottom yet, it looks like. Looks like he's going to play around the upper part of the map. Has that storm shield ticking down. It's a very, very powerful buff, but don't take it unless you're going to use it because it runs out pretty quickly.
Yeah, and Sauron actually roaming up from bot lane a little bit. Couldn't quite make anything happen, so he's just going to go back down bot. Pick up some creeps there.
High People swings down, doesn't find anything, moves on towards the top part of the map. Blueberry catches him. Oh, the Shadow Assault walks through the enemy team, does a little bit of damage with his ultimate to Blueberry, but he heals it back with the sap magic, so not terribly consequential.
EQ in, gets the knock up onto a whole bunch. The Vengeful Maelstrom from Maokai mitigates a little bit of damage. There's a Cyclone coming out from Maokai, or from Wukong, gets the knock up onto several, but he looks like he's going to go down. It's a double kill for Peoples on Talon. EQ from Jarvan doesn't hit it, but he does hit the Cataclysm, and that's all he really needed. 5 seconds on the kill. If she can live for another 2 seconds, she'll have it back. Jones misses his EQ to get away.
And he doesn't hit it in time.
time.
Did not hit the ultimate.
Up, but he couldn't use it quite in time. Zounds did end up going down as a result of missing the EQ. MKH in top lane against Carnival. He did manage to land that Q, but gets a shield from Janna. Q misses. There's the Pyroclasm. Only bounces 1 time. MKH was too far away, and Carnival gonna go down. The ult from Janna isn't enough. Peoples here gets the kill onto Lee Sin with that rake.
And Blueberry by himself to the top part of the map. And the Supportal Twisted advanced in. Blueberry still alive, still delaying at the top portion of the map. It's one of the things that Maokai is a very good champion at. Janna takes the KB there. Bottom part of the map. Wukong and Jarvan are both aware of each other, which means that Morgan and Urgot are aware of them as well. Looks like he's going to start that fight. Morgan's going to come up, lands the Dark Binding, but able to escape. Sets up that flag while he's snared, dashes right out to it. Easy for J4.
Twitch chat is saying I'm too quiet.
That you're too quiet?
Yeah.
Okay. I can adjust my volume slightly after this next little engagement here.
Yeah, Unicorns in the middle of the map. Zounds running down pretty low. Had to use Exhaust there onto MKH. And they do get the kill onto Carnival. Bot lane, Necrogen getting focused down. Necrogen goes down. This is a quest objective.
They want that increased damage.
position reversal was interrupted almost immediately. And check out the mini-map. Look at how many back caps are going on.
Oh dear.
Tration.
I look away to change my volume and X-split, and then that happens.
So they just picked up a 4 cap by back capping 2 points at the same time.
Yep, totally free. They're not going to hold that, but it's just going to give them a little bit of map position, give them a little bit of bonus damage on the Nexus. You don't have to commit to a point, guys. If you're playing Dominion and you get that back cap, don't feel like you have to commit to it. If you need to, just fall back, regroup with your team, and go defend something else. Because it wastes 10 seconds. It wastes like 20-ish. Good shield on MKH there. It's going to let him get away a little bit faster, but is going to get taken down. Peoples has a little coconut floating over his head, but it went away. He didn't feel like drinking it, so the server took it back.
Sauron not landing too many Qs on an Necrogen. Now he will be able to. Of course, the black shield doesn't spell shield physical damage. Stan's trying to catch up. Blueberry in the top lane has a shield from Janna, a little bit of help from Janna. And I believe that's the first 3 cap of the game in favor of Dango Ninjas.
Yeah, Dango Ninjas has been able to take control of it. They've been doing a pretty good so far this game. Both teams coming back to life. Looks like the first group up there is going to be Penetration's team heading to the top part of the map. Looks like they want to set up for a gank rather than go for the tower directly, because if they went for the tower directly, that puts them all in vision and gives the initiation advantage away to their team.
Peoples off to the side, gets jumped on. Speaking of initiations, going to use his ult. He does not pick up the health. That goes over to Unicorns. Sounds in the middle of the enemy team. That's exactly where he wants to be. He is Jarvan, and he is strong and brave and tall. Great ult from Janna. He was for so long. That was long enough that they can get the kill onto Wukong in exchange, but Supportal taking a lot more damage than he might like to. Has to shield himself instead of Zounds. Zounds gets a little bit of shield for himself, but it's not enough. He's going to go down after the Cataclysm.
The Cataclysm is going to keep them from being able to follow up on Janna as well. Oh dear, Lee Sidon's found him. MKH, airborne for his troubles though, can't keep up. Janna throws the bird at him, and the bird explodes, which slows Lee Sidon as he mourns its evaporation.
And the windmill gonna go right back to Penetration.
Good engagement there. They picked a fight in the jungle outside of vision. That's what you want to do. If they'd all rushed up to windmill and started trying to capture it, there would have been many, many points where they could have been attacked. But they picked the fight on much better terms than that. So it ended up pretty even. Talon going for the Storm Shield. People's able to pick that up. Middle of the map, going through the jungle. They found Golly. They had a little bit of a slow going on him. But he is able to get away. MKs, they're not going to let him get that. The slow from Janna helping as well. People's picking up the kill there. Turning around, moving back up to the top. Wants to connect with Golly. And the airborne is going to set him up just for that. The slow, though, going to keep People's in range. Janna picks up the KB there. And now Unicorn's trying to get away, but nope, Sauron has that under control. Necrogen coming up to try and help out his ally, is going to be caught in the process. That black shield helping out, but unfortunately it's not going to be enough to help him get away. Carnival by himself up here. Warlord Blueberry see that long range on that sapling toss. It's one of the things that makes Maokai very, very useful. In a one-on-one standoff at a tower, he lasts for a very long time.
Yeah, and with 4 people here, they're definitely able to pick it up. That's the quest objective, 10% increased damage for a little bit. MMKH takes a ton of pain here. Actually going to go on to Sauron, get the kickback when he realized that there was no way he was getting out alive.
Yeah, and you see Sauron staying there to secure the kill on Lee and everyone else walking away, giving them better position. So they were able to retreat into the bushes, go somewhere else because Sauron had that under control. And if they'd stay behind to pick that fight, they would have been a couple seconds late up to here.
Alright, so Blueberry can't really 1v5 right now.
No, it'll take him a while, but he'll be able to 1v5, I assure you. If the game goes on for 38.5 minutes, he'll be able to do it.
38 and a half.
Yeah, it's like 38, after like the 38 minute, 40-ish second mark, that's when it starts to get really crazy.
I mean, it didn't matter because he was 1v4 there anyway, but, you know.
Yeah, if all 5 come up to the point that Maokai's under, Maokai will pen to that, no problem.
His Sunfire Cape stole Baron.
Exactly. Wait, did that happen in like LCS recently?
No, it didn't happen.
Oh, okay.
It didn't happen.
I was gonna say that'd be a play I want to see.
They thought it happened.
Oh.
And so they kept pretending it happened for the rest of the game, and it was amazing.
Gotcha. MKH not quite able to get away from High People's Talon there, and there's the shield on Golly. They're able to take down Janna. Golly's shield has worn off, and you can see that cutthroat through. No, picks up kill with the rake. And looks like he's still hanging on it. Jumps through in and is able to take out Wukong. And his people's going to get this quad. Supportal wants to help him out for it. It's going to be an unofficial quad.
You know what? Unofficial is good enough for our hearts. He has a quadra kill in our hearts.
Yeah, we can handle that. Come on, peoples. You've got this. You've got
that
this.
Was a perfect timing.
Supportal, please.
Oh, but
Peoples wanted that.
Got it. But
Yeah.
in any case, that was a perfect timing.
Let's see if Peoples can dodge this. MKH could name.
That was...
Okay. Let's play Who Disconnected. It's not MKH, because he's right there.
Mad Supportal has a frozen computer.
Oh, dear. Well... Usually you want cooling, but maybe his cooling's just a little too good for his computer.
Yeah, he really wants it to warm up to him. You have to be friends with your computer.
Yes. Okay. Well, I can actually put the Twitch chat back.
I'm sure that's the only reason that he got the kill onto Talon.
Alright, there we go.
Onto Maokai. It was because his computer was frozen. Otherwise, he would never chaos something like that.
Somebody in the Twitch chat said this game is really not as exciting as the WoW X Clueless Empire game that just happened before this. And the reason for that is you're seeing a lot more... there's a lot larger emphasis this game on strategic positioning rather than fight execution and stuff like that. Like, you see them clump up in the jungle and things like that a little bit more. And they're spending more time searching for, like, specific fight locations. And then when they fight those battles out, they're usually decided by the position in which they get engaged in on. Now, the reason that the Clueless and WoW X game went as crazy as it did is because there was no time to find those good fights to pick. Because either person was set to lose any second.
Yeah. When you get down to the wire like that, the game gets absolutely
golly!
crazy.
Was turned into nuclear waste. Holy crap. That was really good, that pickup there. MKH, not quite going to burn down. High People's coming around from the side, though. MKH, nope. I'm going to run away the opposite direction of where Talon might be. Is going to get picked up anyway. Bottom lane, Sauron is recalling. Yeah, there's a lot more zoning and positioning going on in this game than there was in the last one. But when, as Rheingold said, when the game gets very close like that, you don't have the time to look for those good engagements. You just have to kind of take what you can get and do whatever you want with it. And catching unicorns after the decoy had worn off, people's able to put a lot of damage on them. They're still able to pick up the KB there. Talon actually gets it with his dot damage. MKH is going to go down. Looks like the Rake on the way back helped take that out. No, Urgot's damage picked it up. And Necrogen is going to get swept away as well. Top part of the map, Brand is hanging out up there to stop Golly. Golly can very, very easily kill Carnival if he can get to him. With Blueberry up here at the top, Snare is going to land. And it looks like he might not even need Golly. Oh, Kale's going to take it away anyway.
It's always better to have help from your friends because then you get assist gold.
Oh yeah, man, that's assist cash.
Assist gold is super important.
And Cage falling back. Ooh, gonna get taken down by that Acid Hunter. And now Necro is going to have to step back away from J4. Throws down that Dark Binding. Misses, but it does the same effect of, hey, it zones J4 back a little bit. Top part of the map.
Once again, we're seeing a lot of the rotation of who has the 3-cap, but People's coming up. He's going to be able to 1v2 this, no problem. This kill on Decale should be able to focus down Blueberry pretty quickly. Also, although Blueberry is about to not get to the relic.
Nope.
I was going to say about to not get to the relic.
Well, he has the Yomus and the CDR boots, so his cooldown on Cutthroat is very, very low at the moment.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, if you bring that up on the screens, 25% CDR, that's pretty good.
Very, very mobile.
Blueberry and Sauron having an exchange of the bomb. Both of them are pretty durable characters. But in this particular game, we're seeing Mao go a little bit more damagey with that sweeper and the pen boots off the start. It just has the locket for a tanky item right now. And oh, Carnival! Nope, Necro tried so hard to get that. Even hugging the wall for it, but just was not able to land it. Very, very close. Supportal with the Zephyr could be it for Golly. No, they're going to get intercepted in that area of the map right there.
And People's getting caught out. It's double kill for Golly, but he does go down to Talon there. Talon got it with the bleed damage after he stole Baron with the Sunfire Cave. Pillar of Flame doesn't hit.
Ooh!
Jarvan. Sounds with the kill there.
Get out, J4. You're not allowed. Kicked out of his own ultimate, chased by Lee Sin. I love that combo whenever it happens. And Sauron and Blueberry having another disagreement. But Sauron...
Sauron just wins every argument.
You can't argue with Sauron. If you ever see Sauron's posts on the forums, it's a thing of beauty. Hype Peoples is going to be able to neutral this. Is going to go for unicorns.
That was a great bait with the not actually using the decoy.
Yeah.
He just sort of walked in and stood still and they stopped capping.
That's pretty good. Top
Yeah,
part
Sauron
of the map.
was
People are...
part of his, was president of his high school debate club.
It's true.
I believe it.
Also, Sauron, seeing Sauron and Necrogen on opposite teams is like, what? Why are Mommy and Daddy fighting? Because they both used to be on point defense together when that was the dominant team. Good interrupt from Zamike's Janna. 4 cap in their favor at the moment. And they've been having an awesome tournament so far. MKH retreating, gets tagged by the BFT Zephyr combo. Not a real magic damage to follow it up. I mean, Sportal does do some, but...
Is
J4
Zephyr
is
the
golden.
only thing in the game that's both an ability name and an item name?
It might be. Cataclysm keeping Golly back from being able to turn around and eat somebody else.
I always ask the important questions at really uninteresting moments in the game so that there's time to talk about it, and the question is very important. Sportal going down.
I can't hold
Jeez,
on
Golly.
this laugh.
Hello?
I'm sorry, it just... Okay, so Golly is... Golly has basically no hit points right now. This is 68. If anything touches him, he's going to explode. And good Pyroclasm up there, top part of the map. Blueberry MKH getting low on health. Golly's going to be able to pick that up just fine. People are zoning him back. Supportal is running away from the top. As going to... Ooh, another fake pump on the decoy from Unicorns. And Peoples is just killing everything in sight. He shows up, ends the windmill fight before it can start. Unicorns just recalls because he just doesn't believe anymore. And Necrogen's in this game.
And that's only 5 Nexus health remaining. So that's going to be game.
Yep, they don't have enough time to get anything back.
Alright, so Dango Ninjas. Gonna move on to the finals here.
And the finals is a best of 3 series. So, 2 or 3 more games to go tonight. And Dango Ninjas, like, they had a really strong showing to start. And this one, just very solid execution all game long. Hey, Gung Ho Gun Line in the chat. That's my processor buddy. We both just bought the same processor, like on the same day even. His showed up a day earlier than mine though. We both have AMD 6350s. It came with Far Cry Blood Dragon. It was pretty cool.
So there's Golden Aegis on Jarvan, and there's Aegis of Zioni on Pantheon, and there's Aegis of Legion as the item. But
I think Zephyr is the only...
I think Zephyr is the only full one where it's actually the exact same name. Now you do have Valor is Riven's E and also Quinn's Valor. But I think it's actually just Zephyr. Because you said the Blackfire Torch Zephyr combination, and I was like, what? Why would you get a Zephyr on Janna? That sounds awful, Gandair. What are you talking about? And then I was like, oh, that's her W.
That would have been way funnier if you did that on stream. Like, why would you build those items together, Gandair? And I'd just be like, well...
That sounds so terrible.
You heard it here, guys. Play BFT Zephyr, Janna. Yo, dog, I heard you like Zephyrs, so we built Zephyr on your Zephyr so you can Zephyr.
You gotta get more move speed. You do it for the move speed.
Exactly. I mean, you know, Zephyr has move speed, and then BFT has move speed, and then when you land Zephyr, it slows them. So the total amount of move speed adjust is X amount. Very good for chasing.
So you do 4 Phantom Dancers, 1 Zephyr, and mobility boots, and with the Alacrity enchantment, and you just get back cap all game. That's how you build. Not only Rammus, guys, also Janna.
And the graveyard hero in this game was the person on the screen before this, and most damage dealt was 35k. High People's Talon. We're going to go into the finals in just a couple of moments here. Stay tuned, and we will bring that your way in just a couple of moments. I don't even know what to play this time. I'll find something good. Damn, y'all in the chat are so wrong. Good job, Nauta. You got it. It's, when you have to go from Death Mountain to Spectral Rock, and you turn to a bunny briefly in Link to the Past. I saw all those RPG guesses, and I'm just like, what do?